Well, I did it. I looked into Bloodborne as a non-gamer, and what I found was truly terrifying. I had to snort way more cocaine than usual to get through this shit. What on earth do you guys, my audience, what kind of stuff do you watch and play? What kind of shit do y'all recommend to me, man? I looked into this as a non-gamer because I am not a gamer. I am a cinema guy, I'm a film guy, I'm a movie guy. I like to stay in my lane, but sometimes I'll venture into game lore because, one, there's a lot of crossover between the video game and film fan bases, and they want me to talk about it sometimes. And I love H.P. Lovecraftian concepts. I love eldritch beings. I love Cthulhu. I love all that shit. I love Lovecraft shit. So my audience said, hey, yo, if you like that, you should play Bloodborne. Or at least look into the lore, Zaffy, because you're really gonna love it. It's the darkest, most vile shit ever, but it's Lovecraftian. It's eldritch, so I did. I looked into it. My research involved a combination of looking into gameplay, looking into video lore, basically lore videos on YouTube, and then Reddit debates. Reddit is becoming a primary source of information, y'all, for me on this video game shit because I don't know a lot about it. Now this video is going to be tough to make because I am still confused about what I saw, what I witnessed. And I might butcher some lore here and there, and I'm not going to be able to cover everything that people wanted me to cover on this topic. But I'm going to cover the things that stuck out to me. Here we go. We have the town of Yharnam, which basically makes Gotham City look like a fucking children's playground. Alright, you see, we have a big, beautiful church, which is like a religious organization that kind of guides and governs this town. And like most evil church organizations, like even the one in Dead Space, they have vile conspiracy level plans. You see, they basically trick the townspeople into using this, which is called the Old Blood. Basically, they said, hey, yo, if you want to cure some ailments, you know, this is great. This is like a miracle drug. You can use it to cure your health, y'all. Just use it. Just do it. And they did. And this blood started to ravage the town, creating a plague known as Ashen Blood, which basically turns the townspeople into mutated, eldritch abomination hellspawns, all while the church sits back and watches as their experiment is going forward. Who knows why for? And we're going to get to that motivation of theirs. The town starts getting surrounded by this shit, and you are a hunter, basically, who has been given a single drop of this old blood that can enhance his abilities, his cosmic awareness, his strength, all that stuff, and he's basically sent to hunt these beasts down. But be careful, because as a hunter, you are prone to being turned into a fucking beast during this exposure to all this Lovecraft shit yourself. Meanwhile, while you're trying to hunt down these beasts and save the town from darkness and despair and doom, you got eldritch Lovecraftian beings known as the Great Ones, who exist invisibly beyond human comprehension and are altering the reality of your main character and this town in real time. That's what you're dealing with here. Now, I hope I got this basic summary of that right, because there's a lot of things that confuse me about this. First of all, blood is a big thing. The video game's called fucking Bloodborne. Obviously, it's going to be a big thing. Blood is huge. The old blood is basically the blood of cosmic entities. And you have variations of blood. You have like warm, cold blood. You have different kinds of blood that have different kinds of abilities that give people different kind of things. Okay? I don't ever want to hear the word blood again after looking into this lore. Blood can heal. It can mutate the shit out of you, turn you to an eldritch hybrid. It can cause, basically, if you take blood or give blood, depending on where you are, it can cause impregnation by an invisible old one. An invisible old one can fuck a human and create a baby old one. It can also give you cosmic awareness, so you can see some of these abominations that you'd never ever want to see, ever. When I look at this lore, it all goes back to the old blood. Where did it come from and why? Why was it found? How would humans even be allowed in these circumstances to have access to something as powerful and potent as this? Blood from cosmic entities. Well, apparently it was left behind by this motherfucker. This thing is known, I forgot her name because I'm not good with names, but she's called the Daughter of the Cosmos or some shit like that. This is a old one, a great one, a lesser great one, you might say. But this is a Lovecraftian being. This is like one of the first ones. And humans from the church found this thing underground in a labyrinth underneath Yharnam, I think, and brought her in. Started experimenting on her, promising to take her back to her kin, which never happens because she's never allowed to come back to her kin. She's been left behind. And the question is, why was she left here? Why was she left here with this blood that is now accessible to these humans of the church who are now going to use it? Why? Why did the Lovecraftian Great Ones allow this to happen? Was it because she's an evil one who's against them? I don't know if the concepts of good and evil that we know can even represent anything that's happening up there in that eldritch sphere. Is she a lesser old one that was sent here because she was pathetic? Is she related to Kos, a dead old one? It's really unknown. I don't think the game actually gives an answer. I could be wrong. Gamers, let me know in the comments. I don't think it's actually known why she was left here. Here's my theory based on everything I've read, and I think it's correct. Why the Lovecraftian beings allowed this blood to be accessible to humans. You see, she's what I call a seed. A seed planted here. Why would they want to plant a seed here? Seed implies growth. The Great Ones cannot reproduce normally. I mean, look at them, for fuck's sake. They're Lovecraftian tentacle beings, for fuck's sake. So they seek surrogates through humans. So the old blood may have been given or allowed to be discovered on purpose, so humanity would evolve into kin of the cosmos. This makes the old blood a trap despised as a gift, similar to the way the church did it, giving it to humans, saying, oh, it's a miracle drug, blah, blah, blah. It was extracted in the dungeons and used as a medium to commune with the cosmos by the church. The old blood then becomes a residual echo of both human ambition and eldritch divinity. So those who use it gain insight and cosmic awareness. They can perceive the hidden world like the hunter does, but also it can mutate you grotesquely. So why do they want this? Why do these beings want to even fucking reproduce, these eldritch Lovecraftian beings? It's almost like a paradox. This is a line from the game. Every Great One loses its child and then yearns for a surrogate. This implies that even beings like this, they can feel loss. They can feel some kind of despair. And this is proven in the formless one, Odian. He's meant to be named similar to Odin from Norse mythology. He is like the hidden, invisible Allfather of the Great Old Ones. Odin has fucked multiple humans and procreated with them, creating kids. So clearly, one true desire that we know of these beings is that they want procreation. Pregnancy in Bloodborne is ritualistic and often metaphorical. Ariana gives birth to a cosmic child. Murgo never physically appears but still exists. The goal here might not be a physical child, but a continuation of the Great One's consciousness, a fragment implanted into a human or humanoid vessel. Maybe they just want to extend their influence throughout the cosmos in an unending way. Now, why the hell did the church fuck with this blood? What were they doing? Well, what the game seems to suggest is they wanted to create a new god. With all their experiments in Research Hall and them looking at what's happening at the town with the Ashen Blood, maybe they wanted to create a new god. The church believed the only way to cure the incurable was to become more than human. Birthing a Great One of their own was seen as the final solution. It's like they're creating their own version of a demiurge, an evil god that can help them. To the church, the Great Ones were divine revelations, misunderstood gods from the cosmos. And they came to believe true enlightenment laid in the contact with the eldritch, not through scripture. Birth and blood were sacred tools to commune with the divine. Yeah, so that's the church. Then you get some of the creatures you have to deal with, some of these Great Ones. Let's go look at the AMYGDALA. This motherfucker. I call him Satan's aborted fetus. He looks like an abortion from hell. He looks like Lucifer had a child and saw it and he's like, oh God. Send him to Earth, man. I ain't dealing with this bullshit. These creatures latch onto buildings where the influence of the Great Ones is at its highest peak. It's a lesser Great One, so you're able to fight it at a certain level of cosmic awareness. Your character gains levels of awareness throughout the game. And then you can see shit like this. Spider-like creatures that attack you, throw portals and shit, lights at you. It's fucking, oh bro. It's horrendous. But I'm gonna be real. The AMYGDALA doesn't scare me as much as the scariest part of this game. You see, as a hunter, the main character, you have access to something I call the hunter's dream realm. The hunter's dream is basically its own pocket dimension where the hunter dreams into, goes into, and levels up. He can buy items and stuff. As a player, you can buy items, get weapons, all that kind of shit. You can level up here. But then there's also this guy. He's like the guardian and your guide who's here in this dream world. The first hunter, something like that, I don't know. This guy's basically what Red Skull was in Infinity War, guarding the Soul Stone forever. That's his life, that's his existence. And this dude is tired of being in this place for years and years and years and years. And this is a place where all hunters dream into, and they meet this guy who gives them guidance on what to do. Okay? Now, here's the thing. At the end of the game, it's revealed that this guy's one of the final bosses, and you didn't know it. You have just finished fighting all these Lovecraftian beings, and now you gotta face off this dude, the guide who's been helping you this entire time. And he gives you two choices. Submit your life to me. Take my place. Or refuse. This is a lose-lose situation. This is one of the darkest endings ever. Because there's no winning here. If you submit, you die. He beheads you clean. If you fight him, you gotta hope you don't die. If you fight him and win, a couple things occur. You basically need to, in the game, you need to consume these things called umbilical cords, or 1/3 of an umbilical cord. I don't understand what they are really. They're these consumable things that you eat, and they're able to give you godly insight. You can see higher level cosmic beings with them. You kind of need it if you're going to fight some of these beings, right? So you need to consume this and beat him, and you need to consume all three, I believe. If you don't, you're fucked. Basically, if you beat him and you haven't consumed all of them, you're gonna get confronted by something even worse. You're gonna get confronted by, what is this thing called again? A being known as the Moon Presence, another great one, who owns and resides over this dream dimension specifically. It is one of the coolest Lovecraftian beings I've ever seen. It reminds me of the mimics from Edge of Tomorrow as well. It's made of human flesh and bone with a hole in its head. Okay. It can only be fought in the hunter's dream if 1/3 of umbilical cords were consumed before defeating the first hunter. The Moon Presence is fought right after. Bro, as a hunter, you have the worst life. You have the worst existence, bro. The amount of disgusting things you have to fight back to back. And a couple things will happen. This thing, even if you beat it, you're getting molested. You're getting molested. Now, in the game, it beats you, and then you just have to retry until you beat it. And when you beat it, two things happen. And this is what I mean by there's no win. You don't get a W here. It'll molest you and make you take the place of the first hunter. Just you're there to guard this place for years, thousands of years, until the cycle repeats itself, which is a terrible existence itself. Or you beat it and you turn into a baby old one, a baby great one, who's going to grow into becoming a god itself, a Lovecraftian god, and we don't know what that reality will look like. Yeah. What the flying fuck? That's what happens. I don't understand what the fuck this even is. What is this creature? I might make a whole video on this being, because it is the most interesting thing in this gaming lore to me, this Lovecraftian being. The Moon Presence, why it even exists. There's no hope here. There's no happy ending. It's like doom and gloom. That's what it is. That's what this game, that's what this world is. It's not meant to have a happy ending. The happy ending is you're gonna turn into one of these things. What? I'm telling you, this is like Dead Space and Castlevania put together. Churches that are corrupt, trying to make contact with the other side, trying to fuck over everyone, basically causing plagues and stuff. And the way it looks reminds me a lot of Van Helsing, put in the Cthulhu's world, basically. I love the way this game and the lore looks. I'm not a gamer, but I can appreciate cool graphics and cool Lovecraftian designs. And that's what it is. And apparently there's a live action movie still in development. Apparently Guillermo del Toro is involved. That's fucking awesome, by the way. You need someone like Guillermo del Toro for this, because the amount of creatures that are needed for this, yeah, you're gonna need something like that. You can expect more videos on this lore coming, because I know I've only hit the tip of the iceberg. A lot of my fans are like, no, you didn't talk about this. Look. I talked about the things that stood out upon first glance, and that was a short glance, I'll be honest. So you can expect more videos on that coming up, okay? If you want to know my thoughts on Dead Space as a non-gamer, you can watch this video over here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.